think the Mayor just wants to say one or two words, folks, before we do the call.
Good evening. Well, I've had a bazzing time. I don't know about you. I don't know if you used to say it was a bazzing time, but I always did when I was a kid. You know what an establishment this is. When I was in the Scouts, we didn't have tents like this. We've got air conditioning now. Fabulous, isn't it? In fact, Peaks and Planes are thinking of buying it because they've had a few requests for accommodation from some European politicians. But they think that this might be the sort of quality they'd be looking for. I hesitate to say this, though. I'd just like to say a couple of words about myself. You know, right. I worked now then, Pete Diggett's here on my table. I've lost him in the others like me. There you are, Pete. AstraZeneca. Worked for them for 30 years. Oh, you don't look old enough. Thank you, madam. The reason I was there that long, for such a youthful person, is I was born in a test tube at Mearside in the laboratory. So I was taken on the pension fund when I was 3. So that was good. This is very off the cuff, by the way, because I'm not supposed to be saying anything. Okay. I'd like to say a couple of things about AstraZeneca, actually, because we've got Pete representing them. I worked there for 30 years. I was a project manager, and I actually was a project manager over their leisure centre, Mulberry's it's called, actually. I don't know if you've ever seen it. But as I have football in my blood, my grandfather actually played for Manchester United in the first team to go to Old Trafford. Hey, shut it. There's more coming. And they won the First Division Championship in 1910. But then he got involved with Liverpool and he was banned for match fixing in 1915. And they lifted all the bans in 1945. So he was actually a player who was banned for the longest time in the Football League. He's been exonerated in a book in 2003. That's a waste of bloody time, isn't it? Yeah, he taught Tevez all he knows. And the problem is then he was 57. And you know what? United wouldn't take him back. However, Manchester City signed him, he was top scorer for 3 years. Trying to get me home back, City. Okay. Now then, the thing about him, he was called Knocker West. The reason he was called Knocker West is 2 reasons. One, his name was Enoch. And the other thing is, footballers, they always have to have nicknames, don't they? They don't do it in other sports, but they do. In fact, I played 5-a-side 3 nights a week when I was at AstraZeneca in the road. And I could never work out why in the showers all the lads call me tripod. Because I know nothing about photography. It's a little bit strange. But now I want to come to the serious bit. Some of you won awards and some haven't. Anybody can win an award if you're standing against people who are not, frankly, very good. That is not the case tonight. Because not only have you won an award, you've won it against competition which is of an extremely high standard. So I'm sure, can I just ask, and I'm sorry if I'm spoiling somebody's speech that's following me, can I ask all the award winners to give a round of applause for those who they beat to get the award? Come on. But I'm talking to all of you now. You're the business heart of Cheshire. And I'll tell you what, you're the people that create the wealth. You're the ones that do the innovation, the development, you give employment, profit and bring the wealth. And I'll tell you what, I've travelled all around Cheshire East, and this is a very high quality part of the county. I think everybody in this room deserves to be proud of themselves. And I would say that, what was I going to say now? Because I've only just written this. So I'm not urging myself. So you created all. There was something else funny, though. You did not miss it much. Now, so I'd like to thank you all, and I'd like to thank you all for being successful. You've been successful. You are going to be successful. So, as the words that rang through my ears on my honeymoon, as my wife said many times, keep it up. For God's sake, keep it up. All right. Thank you all.
Just before we pull the draw, I'd just like to say thank you very much indeed to the Gold Club, Cheshire East Council, Greenwich Hall, Rookery Hall and Jacob Parties, who very kindly